Bubba and the little girl next door. Well, the little girl next door had a cat. Cat died, so Sandra and Bubba decided they were going to bring it back alive. I was just an accessory to the fact. So Bubba cuts off a piece of my mother's extension cord, and him and Sandra stick it in this cat's rectum and plugs it into
Okay.
Nice clothes. Where'd you get him at?
Sandra's got the cat in her lap, so naturally it jumps when the electricity hits it. Scares Sandra naturally. She started crying, snot and tears running down her face. The cat jumps because of the electricity.
Sail?
So it did live.
Yeah. I love this song. Sail.
But
Came back to.
It's a great song.
But it was Sandra and Bubba, not me.
Oh yeah, okay, Wanda.
No, Sandra and Bubba.
We
Ladies
can
and
call
gentlemen,
Bubba now.
my mother, Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Bella, you really kept that.
Yeah, we did for a minute.
Brett,
My
But we
toe.
never
now
told
you
The
know.
end
Oh, yeah.
though.
I mean, one end in the cat, the other end in the wall socket.
What?
Well, he hadn't been dead that long. We buried him. Sandra
Alive?
said a prayer, because at the time she was real religious, because we... No, Sandra went through the stage where she was real religious, and my mother would say certain words, and she would tell her, you can't say that because you go into the devil. And so we all just got tired of Sandra one day, so I taped her mouth shut. Well, she was,
And you got mad at me for liking Honda in a suitcase?
well, we told Sandra she was adopted anyway. So
You know the same thing you and Casey told me?
Kayla was playing piano one time. And
I
she's
have a
like,
feeling
this
that
next
everybody
song is
except
called
Megan
The
and
Orphan.
Cassie
I
have done
wrote it
that
for my
too.
sister.
It really was called the Orphan. I didn't write it. It's from like the 1800s. You really did. I did say that. I was practicing and she was bothering me.
what did you say to her?
I was playing the piano and I was like, this next song is called The Orphan, and I wrote it for my sister Madison. Yeah. Hello. Hello. With such sisterly love.
Well, Sandra,
Wow.
I was just an accessory.
I like it.
Yes, like I told last night, they went to catch crawdads. There was a creek behind us. So Sandra went to catch these crawdads.
No, that's not.
They came home and they put them in the basket. This is on me. I didn't go with them.
partial to Boston.
So that night when we were asleep, Sandra had, we lived in the projects. And
More than a feeling?
we had a
What is derogatory?
closet. It was both sides of that wall, the length of that wall. Had
Peace of
curtains,
mind
no
is good
door.
too.
Derogatory?
So that night in bed,
Who sings
Sandra
that?
Green Frankenstein was in the room. Because she had been back there catching crawdads.
he likes
She
to
loves
play.
them. And they
Yeah,
put them in the
they got pretty good
bathtub,
music.
and old Swifty here didn't know.
What you do now, Swifty?
With that Sandra and Bubba with the crawdads in the bathtub, and she had nightmares about the crawdads turning into Frankenstein.
She said I was mean.
And I was like, a
But
what?
ask Jean. Jean has never participated in any of those bad
I'm
things.
hearing this.
Oh, yes.
Except
Well, I did the night her
Listen
and
to
Bubba
more
went trick or
stories.
treating.
The theme stays the same.
They went trick or treating. My mother said, "You guys do not go trick or treating until I come back home."
Tell about
And
the
stay
boy that
home?
the neighbor told.
Oh, shush. Sandra and Bubba painted their faces with black shoe polish, the liquid kind in the bottom. So they go trick or treating. Me and the dog stay at home. So my mother come home. She said, "Where's Sandra and Bubba?" I said, "I don't know."
Shadow.
So she went in. Huh?
Blood is a shadow.
Well, it was just, what is it called? It was Shinola, wasn't it, Fred?
Shinola?
So it wasn't called
So it's
Shinola.
something from the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Shinola.
That's what we're supposed to be.
They take the brush and it's liquid and they paint their faces black and they go to this
liquid and paint.
Halloween party, Sandra and Bubba. So Vivian goes and find them. You don't want your mother to come to a party and drag you out. She brings Sandra and Bubba home. Sandra's already crying, black tears running down her eyes. I get a spanking because I didn't do anything. Me and the dog are
Just
at
the
home.
accessory.
Now they looking at TV.
So she gets me and Bubba. By the time she gets to Sandra, she's too tired, so she don't get a whooping. And Sandra did it all the time. She would sit there and cry, and my mother would either laugh or she would be too tired, so she didn't get in trouble. But then I got in trouble because my mother told me, she said,
Always.
Now this time I didn't do anything, really.
This time.
This time.
Things continue.
She said, I don't want you having any boys in the house. I didn't have any boys in the house. The lady
And what the
across the
neighbor
street,
said.
Mrs. Ford, I'll never forget her name, called my mother and told her I had a boy in the house. He was not in the house, he was on the front.
But the theme continues.
On a technicality,
I was sitting in the
accessory.
house. He was sitting on the front. Sandra and Bubba was in the house with me, so was Thief, a lady, the dog. All four of us were in the house.
They counted her
Mrs.
as
Ford
human.
tells Vivian Wanda Jean had a boy in the house. He was not in the house. Vivian comes home and she gives me a whipping. And then sends me to the store in front of all of my friends to get a bottle of witch hazels to put on the whelps on my leg.
Whoop, then that's
So
cool.
all my friends are seeing me walking down the street crying and Sandra's behind me laughing. That was embarrassing.
The
The
thing
boy was not in
continues.
the house.
He was on porch.
He was on the porch
Yes.
with the screen door in between us.
I hate to tell you, I did.
She feels really strongly about this.
It's the truth.
Okay, so
Look at her. She's getting really.
from you, I see how Honda and I wound up the way we are. You tell him not to go to LA, but he goes.
Don't
to
bring me into this.
I'm the innocent one.
Don't bring me into this.
None of you
No.
I'm the innocent one.
Oh, here
Cardboard rolls from the
But you are older and you
I never
should
snuck
have
out of the
known better,
house.
And you should have
I
prevented
never
him
snuck
from
out of the
doing
house.
it.
I
She
never.
likes the rolls from the Rap Paper too.
Remember,
In a sword fight.
I'm the one. I'm the one of the four of us. Remember, I'm the one of the four of us that never got my car taken away.
Well, that's true.
Now, thank you.
Wait,
No,
wait,
no, no,
wait,
where?
wait,
You
first
always-
day, first
He always
day.
wrecked it before he
No,
got
no,
drunk.
no. He got your first day.
Question. How old were you when you got your
He
first
said,
car?
trying to take the mail.
They were 16.
We were 16.
Yeah, you're
He got his car taken the first day.
Honda got his
No, that was
on
me.
the first day.
Christmas
No, he
Day.
did.
He thinks
Christmas
he got
Day.
his taken away too for his music being too loud.
Yeah, because Freddie always told me, I don't want to hear you before I see you.
Go in the house.
And here comes Kate.
Almost
No,
$3.
he's still like that. I'm sitting here and I hear the garage door.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Here he comes.
Maddie,
And I can hear
That's
him.
why I heard
Maddie, we can hear you
Ride
coming
with his
3 blocks
friends
away.
for a month.
So
He was
Freddie
in
took
the
his
Robin
car
Thicke
away
the other
from
day.
Casey
And then like
and
the
told
music
Casey to ride the bus home
Then
from
the
school.
music stopped.
Yeah,
and he's
right,
still
yeah.
singing.
Albert took the break
All the way up to the
Red
garage
car.
door. He thinks I can hear
You
him.
can hear us. You She can hear said his you music had too, to ride the
Oh,
bus
I
to
heard his
school
music.
and then
No,
Halbert's
Halbert's too. When you
Yeah.
bring Casey's
Oh, yeah, but I couldn't do something about
That
that.
was not a target.
Driving Halbert's car.
I always had plenty.
Yeah,
Oh,
Casey,
that guy took
Casey
you to school?
lost his car. and
No,
Halbert
we
was
saw
teaching him how to
Halbert
ride
at
stick.
Target, right?
But Honda's was
Then
the
he like
funniest.
leans over
Yeah,
to
Honda's
the
was
car. My
hilarious.
dad goes, "You got a
I
gun?"
said,
I was
like,
like,
I said, $50 at Mom and Dad's to take me around, man. I appreciate it.
"Why did he go to Target?"
Over there, so we put the car
I
in
don't
the
know.
empty
Casey,
garage.
he said $50 in
Okay,
gas.
Take the car.
So Honda said, "Can I go drive it?" Freddie said, yes. So Honda drives his car around
That
the
was
block.
fun, too.
On
Yeah,
Christmas
fun.
Day, he come back, Freddie said, "Give me the keys." Well, what happened is Corey had saw Honda in my car, and Corey told on him, so Honda got his car taken away.
Snitches get stitches.
I didn't know. And Freddie said, "Give me the keys."
See, we're saints.
For a week or a month?
A week.
A month.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait.
Heck yeah.
I didn't know. We're
Not her,
saints.
me.
I never had my
I'm
car.
saint.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
You know
What did
what?
you-
I never had my car.
what was in
know.
Kayla's trunk
Tracy
when
said
you guys
he never
picked
had
out her
his
car
car.
the other day?
Oh,
badminton
yeah, we
kid?
had to go clean out Kayla's car so they could take it to
Oh,
the shop. And she's
oh.
like, "Oh, go get stuff out of the trunk." It was like an empty thing, like a plastic wrapping thing from toilet paper. And I was like, "What is this?" She goes, "Oh, I'm antiquing." Oh, I mean,
This was
it was
months
a
ago,
long,
though.
long time ago.
It was. It's a misdemeanor now, honey. Okay.
Really? Wait, really?
If she's 18?
Oh, I'm good.
Yes. She's like, wait, for what? For toilet paper. Instructions. Is that like in the law book? Like it says toilet papering misdemeanor? Yes, Kayla, it is. Is that what it's called?
Unless you want to
Hey,
supplement.
Kayla, I
It's
TP'd
not like
Taylor Wings'
it's
house
called
one time.
vandalism. So have I.
Really?
Yeah.